Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're doing a deep dive on something I know a lot of you are curious about. Um, why are scientists leaving academia?
Yeah, it's a big question.
It is a big question. We got a really interesting research article sent to us. It's called Quantifying Attrition in Science, and it was published pretty recently, 2024,
Yeah.
in higher education. And this article, it's full of data that really kind of makes you rethink some of the stuff we think we know about why people leave.
Yeah, it's fascinating how they approach this whole question of leaving science
Right.
by using publication records. They actually track scientists' careers.
Across how many countries was it?
38
38.
OECD countries.
Wow. Okay, so that's a huge.
And they basically define leaving science as you stop publishing in those academic journals.
So like you're following this trail of breadcrumbs, and if the breadcrumbs stop, it's like, oh, they're gone.
Exactly.
But couldn't someone leave academia and still maybe publish in like industry journals or something?
That's true. You're right. Publication records don't show us every single move someone makes.
Right.
But for a study this big, I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
It's the best data we have.
Yeah, it's the most complete picture. Great.
Comprehensive,
Yeah.
globally comparable, and consistent.
Okay, so it gives us like a good solid starting point.
Exactly.
Okay. I am super curious about like the way they did all this. They talk about survival analysis, which sounds intense.
It does sound a little intimidating.
Yeah.
But think of it like this. Imagine you have a bunch of light bulbs,
Right.
right? And you want to see how long they last before they burn out.
Okay, yeah.
Survival analysis is kind of like that. But instead of light bulbs, we're looking at scientists
Gotcha.
and seeing how long they survive in academia before they stop publishing.
Interesting analogy. So what did they find? What's the lifespan of like a scientist's academic career look like?
Well, they looked at two groups of scientists.
Hmm.
Those who started publishing in 2000
Okay.
and those who started a decade later in 2010.
Okay.
Now, for the 2000 group, about a third of them left science within 5 years. And within 10 years, half were gone.
Wow. Okay, so that's a pretty big chunk
It is?
of people who are leaving. I mean, that really highlights that this is not like a rare thing.
Right.
Didn't they also look at like the differences between men and women?
Absolutely. And
Like how
yeah, they looked at gender.
gender. Yeah.
And it's complex, I have to say.
Yeah.
But in that 2000 group, women consistently left at higher rates than men.
So that supports that whole leaky pipeline idea we always hear about.
Exactly. You know, that phenomenon where women in STEM fields, just
Bam.
science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and medicine,
Right.
they leave at higher rates than men throughout their careers.
Right.
So that's what they saw in the 2000 group.
It makes you wonder though, like, is this leak happening everywhere in science?
Good question.
Or is it like specific to certain fields?
That is a really important point because, the numbers can be deceiving.
Yeah.
When you look at them as a whole, they actually found that there are huge variations
Okay.
between different disciplines.
So like different areas of science.
Exactly.
Okay, so give me an example, like compare two different fields.
All right, let's look at BIO,
BIO, so that's like,
biochemistry,
okay.
genetics, and molecular biology.
Got it.
And we'll compare that to PHYS, physics and astronomy.
Okay, BIO and PHYS, they seem pretty different.
They are.
So I'm guessing their attrition rates are going to tell different stories too.
You are absolutely right. So let's start with that 2000 group again.
Okay.
Bio shows a big gender gap.
Mm.
Women are leaving a lot faster than men. And actually,
Oh, really?
that trend, it widens over the 20 years.
So it gets even worse over time.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Now,
look.
PHYS, completely different story.
Okay, this is where it gets interesting. So what's going on in physics?
For PHYS, men and women are leaving at almost the same rate.
Huh.
It's like bucking the trend.
Right, it's the opposite of what we're
Yeah.
seeing.
Exactly. So it really raises the question, why?
Yeah, what is it about these two fields that's so different?
Right.
Is it like the environment? Is it the type of work?
Yeah, could it be something about the culture of physics that's more supportive?
Yeah.
Or are there structural things in BIO
Interesting.
that are pushing women out?
Okay, so lots to unpack there, but before we jump into the why, what about that other group of scientists?
Yes, the 2010 cohort.
The ones who started publishing later? So like a decade later.
A decade later, yep.
Did they show the same stuff? Or is the landscape of science changing?
Well, that's where things get really interesting.
Really interesting. So spill the beans. What happened with those scientists who started publishing in 2010?
Well, the 2010 group, their attrition rates were way higher overall,
Like how much higher?
over 50%.
Wow.
of both men and women were gone from academia within just 9 years.
So everybody's leaving faster?
It seems like a
It almost sounds like academia is just becoming less appealing. But what about, the difference between men and women leaving? Is that still the same?
Well, that's the surprising part. That gender gap we saw in the 2000 group, almost gone in the 2010 group.
Really? So even though everyone is leaving faster, the difference between men and women leaving is shrinking.
Yeah, pretty much.
Huh. So is this like a good news, bad news situation? Like, is it good that the gap is closing, but bad that everyone is leaving academia faster?
I think it raises a whole bunch of new questions.
Like what?
Well, like, is it because the challenges in academia are changing? Are they affecting everyone more equally now?
So it's not just like women are facing more obstacles, it's like everyone is facing more obstacles.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
But we need more research to figure that out for sure.
Okay, so the overall picture is changing.
Yeah.
But I think you mentioned that there were still some fields where that gender gap was still there.
Yeah, like bio.
Bio, okay, so biochemistry and genetics.
Women were still leaving at higher rates, although it wasn't as big of a difference as in the 2000 cohort.
Okay, so maybe some progress, but still some work to do.
Exactly.
Before we jump into all the possible whys here, you mentioned something else in the data, something interesting about math-intensive fields, right?
Oh, yeah. That was really fascinating. Across both groups of scientists, the ones from 2000 and 2010,
Okay.
fields like math, co-MP, and PHYS,
Yeah.
the ones that are really heavy on math, they showed basically no difference in attrition rates between men and women.
No difference.
No, men and women were leaving at basically the same rate in those fields.
It's kind of surprising, right? You'd think that those fields being, traditionally male-dominated, that they'd be even tougher for women to stay in.
You would think that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, so what's going on there?
Well, no one knows for sure, but there are some ideas floating around.
Okay, like what?
Well, one thought is that maybe because there are fewer women to begin with in those fields, the whole dynamic is just different.
So maybe it's not so much about the field itself, but about, the proportion of men and women in that field?
Yeah, like maybe if there's a more even balance, it changes the whole experience.
Makes sense.
Another thought is that the women who actually make it to the point of publishing in those fields, they might just be incredibly resilient.
Okay, yeah.
Like they've already faced so many hurdles to get there that they're just tougher,
So it's not just about the numbers, it's about, the type of people who are in those fields.
Absolutely.
And, what they had to go through to get there.
Exactly.
So this research, it gives us a lot to think about, right?
Definitely.
We see people leaving academia, the gap between men and women is shrinking, and then we have this whole thing with math-intensive fields. But I feel like we still don't really know why all of this is happening.
That's true. We're still kind of scratching the surface here. We have the what, but the why is still a bit of a mystery.
And mysteries. Okay, well, I like a good mystery. So where do we go from here? What are the big unanswered questions that we still need to figure out?
Well, I think the biggest one is, why are people leaving academia in the first place?
Yep.
Is it because they're burned out?
Could be.
Are they not getting enough funding?
Yeah.
Are they struggling with work-life balance?
It could be all those things, right?
It could be, or it could be something else entirely. Maybe it's discrimination, maybe it's lack of support. We really don't know until we dig deeper.
And remember, this study, it just looked at the people who made it to the point of publishing, right?
Right.
What about the people who left even before they got a chance to publish?
That's a huge missing piece.
Yeah, because their stories are important too, right?
Absolutely. And then there's the whole question of, where are these scientists going?
Right, they're not just vanishing.
Exactly. Leaving science, at least as this study defines it, doesn't necessarily mean they've left the workforce altogether.
So maybe they're going to industry. Maybe government.
Maybe.
Maybe they're becoming science communicators.
Yeah, or something we haven't even thought of.
It's like a whole other world out there that we need to explore. So it seems like this research, it gives us some answers, but it also opens up a ton of new questions.
That's often how it goes with research.
Is that a bad thing?
No, not at all. I think it's actually really exciting. It means we're pushing the boundaries of what we know.
Okay.
And this study, it gives us a fantastic starting point, a data-driven way to look at these big questions about the future of the scientific workforce.
So it's like a roadmap
Yeah, I like
to
that.
guide us in the right direction.
Exactly.
It really does feel like we're just starting to understand how complex this whole issue is.
Yeah, there's so much more to uncover.
Where do we even go from here? What do we do with all these unanswered questions, all these trends that we're seeing?
Well, I think the beauty of research like this is that it gives us a place to start.
Okay.
It's a framework, It's like a map that shows us where to focus our attention and our resources.
Gotcha.
And it also tells us that we need more research.
Even more.
Yeah, but not just the same kind. We need both quantitative and qualitative research moving forward.
What do you mean by that? I always get those two mixed up.
Well, quantitative research, that's all about the numbers,
Okay.
like the big picture data. It helps us see the overall patterns and trends.
So like this study that we've been talking about.
Exactly. It did a great job of showing us the what.
The what?
But to get to the why,
Right, the what?
we need qualitative research.
So like less numbers, more talking to people.
Exactly. We need to hear from scientists directly,
Okay.
understand their individual experiences,
They think they're personal stories.
their stories.
Yeah.
Because that's where we're going to find the nuances,
The detail.
the stuff that drives those larger trends.
Okay, so give me an example. How would that work?
Well, remember that bio versus PHYS comparison?
Yeah, where women were leaving bio way more than PHYS.
Exactly. What if we talk to biochemists and physicists directly?
And like ask them about their experiences.
Yeah. What's it like being a woman in those fields?
Like what kind of support did they have?
What challenges did they face? Why did they stay? Or why did they leave?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Right. Those are the kinds of questions that qualitative research can answer.
Yeah, it's almost like taking those data points that we see in the study and then like zooming in
I like that. Zooming in,
and seeing the actual people.
the human stories.
Yeah, the human stories behind them.
And those stories can be really powerful.
How so?
Well, they can highlight things that we need to change.
Like what kinds of things?
Maybe it's mentoring programs. Maybe it's funding opportunities.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe it's something about the whole culture of a department.
Interesting.
But we won't know until we listen to those stories.
So it's not just about getting more data, it's about using that data to actually do something
Exactly. We need to create an environment,
in science.
in science,
Mhm.
that is supportive and inclusive
For everyone.
for everyone, regardless of their gender, their background, anything.
I mean, this whole deep dive has been super eye-opening. We started with these big trends and then we zoomed in on these specific comparisons.
Mhm.
And now we're talking about like individual stories and how those stories can really shape the future of science.
And that's what I love about this topic.
Yeah.
It's always evolving. It's a puzzle with new pieces popping up all the time.
And that's what makes it exciting to study.
Absolutely.
Well, that's it for today's deep dive. We've explored the data, we've pondered the why, and hopefully we've sparked your curiosity to keep digging deeper into this important topic.
Because it's a topic that affects all of us.
Yeah, no matter where you are in your science journey, whether you're a seasoned scientist,
Or just starting out.
your voice, your experiences, they matter.
They really do.
Keep asking questions
Keep exploring
and keep pushing for change.
the changes that will make science a more vibrant and inclusive place for everyone.
Until next time, keep diving deep.